my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm my very lovely spider host, and today we are doing My Little Pony Carousel horses. So, when you think of My Little Pony, you can also think about nostalgia things from like your childhood. Like, I don't know, riding the little Brookshire's horse outside of the Brookshire store. Little carousel horsey. You know, like the little horsey ride, you know, little Patrick style, like seahorsey ride. You know what I'm saying. Um, but I got mainly inspired to do this kind of series of carousel horse things for My Little Pony based off of my redesigns and also based off an artist called Zuzafate. They are really cool. They have really cool art, so definitely go check them out on Twitter or Instagram. Um, and yeah, I got inspired by somebody else's art, and I wanted to kind of make my own iteration of my Little Pony redesigns. You know, just kind of make them carousel horse themed. So yeah, let's get into the video. So to start, I did Pinkie Pie. My Little Pony Pinkie Pie design has wings because, if you don't know, fun fact, Pinkie Pie's original design had wings, and she was a white horse with yellow hair named Surprise. I just thought it would be a cute little tidbit to give her wings like she used to have, and also have another character that Scootaloo Innocence could look up to because Pinkie Pie is also disabled Innocence because she can't really fly with her wings because they're tiny. So it kind of makes her like an earth pony, but she kind of finds her own way to fly with balloons tied around her waist and stuff. So that's kind of like how she figures out how to fly, and she flutters her wings any direction that the wind or her wings can take her, in a sense. I wanted to do a kind of cutesy design for Pinkie Pie when it came to working on her because I just thought that would be a cute little fun tidbit. I of course gave her the little yellow and blue stripes I gave my original design in my old redesign video for Pinkie Pie. So again, lots of blue, yellow, pin, flag colors, lots of fun things. I think she ended up pretty cute, and yeah. Applejack, again, based off of a Clydesdale horse because Clydesdale horses are workhorses. I gave her a very southern country bumpkin kind of vibe to her design. Very much plaids, a lot of like fancy kind of, if you look at like southern or like frilled or like fancy southern like Texas like designs for like saddles and stuff, there's lots of frills or like the I think it's called frayed ends, like the little kind of frayed ends on the ends to the, like the saddle and stuff. Lots of kind of characterized like kind of designing and like really nice things when it comes to like country themed carousel horses. So I looked at a lot of reference of ornaments, a lot of reference of like how some carousel horses were designed, and again a lot of this kind of came inspired off of Zuzufate's designs of they're My Little Pony carousel horses, but again, I wanted to base these off of my own redesigns. So again, a lot of the green, a lot of the red, a lot of little tidbits to make it very characterized to how I'd redesign. I specifically redesigned Applejack. Sorry, I am tongue-tied today. It's been a while since I've recorded. Rainbow Dash in particular took me a little bit to kind of figure out how I wanted to do her. I gave the gold aspects of her design kind of more of a Greek flair where it's kind of like the leafy kind of patterns, but otherwise I made sure she looked extra Pegasus and fun flair and rainbow themed. So lots of rainbow in her design, and then also like a cloud tail because I thought that would be cute for an updated design feature of Rainbow Dash. Again, a lot of rainbows, a lot of fun things, makes her look pretty cute, and I think she ended up looking very well. She has the goggles from my previous design, and overall, I think she turned out wonderful. And I gave her little multicolored hooves. Rarity, I liked how Zuzafate and their art style for drawing My Little Pony gave unicorns like the little beards that they kind of have in like some art. And I wanted to give my character designs the little beard because I thought that would be a cute little tidbit. I gave Rarity her ringlet curls and stuff to make sure it called back to my original design. I gave her little bow. I gave little aspects referring to her cutie mark with like the gems and stuff. Again, a lot of purple and blue in her design because that's like her main colors and stuff, and I think that looks really cute on her. And overall, I just think she turned out super well, and she looks super fancy and adorable. And I actually removed some of the darker aspects of the coat pattern I gave her in my previous design, so she's more light colored, very more majestic white horse kind of vibe, the OG kind of unicorn kind of vibe. Um, Fluttershy, again, I made a breezy in my redesign series, so I wanted to keep with the breezy design. Again, I kind of based the breezies off of the G3 breezies in my AU for my redesigns, rather than the G4 breezies, because the G4 breezies are kind of tiny and weird, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think there's just like a preference for me. I like the one of the generations I grew up with a little more than the fourth generation, or just like aspects of both I kind of combined together. Lots of butterflies in her design, because butterflies just that it's literally her cutie mark. So that, some flowers, some lots of teal, lots of very leafy kind of viney vibes to her design, because I gave her vine jewelry in my redesign. So lots of leaves, lots of vines, lots of pretty flowers like peonies, and you know, just overall very, very nice and pretty, kind of blue and pink, and totally not referring to like trans flag vibes, because it totally is, and I'm just kidding. I'm trans pride, everybody, trans pride. Um, Overall, I just think she ended up very cute, and with the last but not least, Twilight Sparkle. Again, with Twilight's design, in my previous redesign video, I wanted to make her very much based more on the name Twilight. So there's lots of dusk and sunset vibes in her design. So overall, she's like kind of like darker, and like kind of like the in-between between day and sun, like day and night, if that makes sense. So like there's like some aspects that are brighter and like kind of like the sunset, and some aspects that are darker and kind of starry, kind of like Luna. So I feel like it's like a good in-between of day and night, and I think she ended up very pretty. I kept a lot of like the pinks and the purples in her design, because I feel like those just mesh really well with her design. And again, a lot of sunset vibes, a lot of frills, a lot of princess aspects make her look pretty, and a lot of motifs with her cutie mark, because I felt that was right. And obviously, I wanted to refer to some of the elements of harmony as well. Overall, she ended up pretty, and look at them! Look at my ponies! Aren't they beautiful? Again, thank you to Zuzufate for inspiring this series. Well, overall, I did not ask permission. I just got inspired by their designs, and I wanted to credit them regardless, because overall, it's just a nice thing to credit people for where you get your ideas from, you know. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, credit for the idea to make My Little Pony Carousel designs goes to Zuzufate. I just really liked how they did their own series of My Little Pony Carousel horses. I just wanted to make my own based on my redesigns. And overall, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, you can go check out my Ko-fi. I post there. I post literally everywhere. Most modern social media platforms I post to, even Facebook, even though I don't use Facebook as much as I want to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye-bye!